Good evening, everybody. SBI Clerk Mains Exam Test Form number 14679. Start from question number 91. The speed of the boat in still water is 14 km per hour and the speed of the current is 2 km per hour. So man speed and then stream speed, both are there. The time taken by the boat to travel from A to B downstream is 1 hour less time taken by the same boat to travel from B to C upstream. A to B downstream, B to C upstream. The distance between A to B is 4 km per hour, 4 kilometers less than distance from B to C. What is the distance between B to C? B to C distance in the calculate cell. Now, AB downstream and then BC upstream. Distance from A to B is 4 kilometers less than B to C. If this is X, this is 4 kilometers less than that. Now, your information says time taken by the boat to cover distance from A to B is 1 hour less. A to B distance is x minus 4 and downstream speed is equal to 16. This time is 1 hour less than time to travel x kilometers in upstream. Upstream speed is equal to 14 minus 2, that is equal to 12. And the time difference is equal to 1. And your question is about x value. Find out x value. BC distance adigaru kabatti x. Now here it is always better to go for options. X must be a 12 multiple because denominator is 12. X must be 12 multiple. Look at your options. How many are 12 multiples? There is only one. Fifth option. Let's verify it. 36 by 12, that is equal to 3 minus 36 minus 4, 32. 32 by 16 in the sense 2. 32 by 16. 3 minus 2 is equal to right hand side 1 value. Condition satisfied. So x is equal to 36 kilometers. Fifth option, perfect answer. 10 men can complete a piece of work in 6 days and 8 women can complete the same piece of work in 12 days. In how many days will 15 men and 16 women together can do it? Suppose 15 men, 16 women and మర్చిపోండి కొంతసేపు. A and B together can complete the work in how many days? If this is what your question, AB by A plus B, your direct answer. Here I will treat A as 15 men. Now, if 10 men can do it in 6 days, if 10 men can do it in 6 days, 10 men can do it in 6 days, you are having 15 men here. 15 men can do it in how many days? 60 by 15, that is equal to 4. So 15 men can complete the work in 4 days. This is what information available. Now information wise 8 women can do it in 12 days, but here you have 16 women. If efficiency becomes double, time becomes half. 16 women can complete the same work in 6 days. Now I am treating this as A and this as B. Together can do it in AB by A plus B. AB in the sense 6 into 4, 24 divided by A plus B, that is equal to 10. Now 10 2 times 24 by 10, that is equal to 2 by 5. 2 by 5 is direct answer, second option. The population of village in the year 2014 was 2,880. The rate of decrease was 10%, 20% respectively from 2012 to 13 and 13 to 14. What was the population in the year 2012? 2012 population kavali. Let it be 100%. Then first year it decreases by 10%. 10% of this number in the sense we have to subtract 10. Value becomes 90%. And next year it decreases by 20%. 20% of this number is 18. When you subtract 18 from 90, it becomes 72%, and which is equal to 2,880. If 72% is 2,880, then population in the year 2012 was 100%. 100% is equal to how much? 72 40 times 140 times, that is equal to 4,000. This was population in the year 2012, and next year this was in 2013 and it was in 2014. You are given 2014 population as 2880, which is in terms of percentage 72%. 100% was population in 2012, hence that is equal to 4000. 4000, fourth option is direct answer. Next. The side of the square is equal to the length of the rectangle, and also the side of the square is thrice the breadth of the rectangle. Now, if side is equal to x, length of the rectangle is also equal to x because they both are equal, and side of the square is equal to 3 times the breadth of the rectangle. So from this, L is equal to x, B is equal to x by 3. If the sum of areas of the square and the length of the rectangle is 48, what is the length of the rectangle? Length of the rectangle is how much? That's what your question. Now, side of the square is equal to x, area of the square is equal to x square, and you are given sum of areas of square and then rectangle. Length is equal to x, breadth is equal to x by 3. Then area is equal to length into breadth, x into x by 3, that is x square by 3, which is equal to 48. Now from this, if you calculate, simplify left hand side value, 3x square plus x square, that is 4x square by 3 is equal to 48. 4, 12 times here. X square is equal to 12 into 3, that is 36. Then x is equal to 6. X is equal to side of the square as well as length of the rectangle. Length of the rectangle is your question, which is equal to x. Third option, 6 meters. Centimeters is final answer. A started a business with an investment of 5,000. After 2 months, BC joined with 2,500 and 3,500 respectively. Total annual profit was 4,800. What was B's share in the annual profit? Annual profit, they said, so business happened for 1 year. Who started? A. So A is going to be there for 12 months. BC joined after 2 months. So B and C, they are going to be there for only 10 months. When you consider investment, they are having 2 zeros common. And again, 50, 25, 35, all are 5 multiples. 5 how many times? 10 times. 5, 5 times. 5, 7 times. These are their investment ratio. B is going to be there for 12 months. A is going to be there for 12 months. B and C, they are going to be there for only 10 months. 10, 10, 10 gets cancelled. Now, A's profit is 5 parts. A's profit 12 parts. B's profit 5 parts. C profit 7 parts. Altogether profit 24 parts, which is equal to 4,800 given in question. B's share is 5 parts, that is equal to how much? 24, 2 times 2 zeros, 5 2 times 2 zeros. 1000 is our second option. 1000, second option, final answer. Next. Sia gave 1/4 of money she had with her to her brother. What do you mean by 1/4 in percentage? 25%. Her brother, from the money he received from Sia, spent 1/5 on bus fee. 1/5 in the sense 20%. 3/4 on tuition fee. What do you mean by 3/4? 75%. 75% here, 25% here, 20% there. Total 95% is over. Then what is remaining? 5%. 5% of money received by brother. Brother received how much? 25%. Out of 25%, 5% is left. And after all the mentioned expenses, Sia's brother had 125 rupees remaining with him. So that is equal to 5% of 25% of X is equal to 125. Now you can directly calculate what is 5% of this number. 10% is 2.5. 1% is 1.25. So directly you can treat 1.25% is equal to 125 rupees. And your question is, how much money did Sia have initially? Sia have 100%. So 100% is equal to how much? 1.25 multiplied by 100 only will give you 125. So 100 times is equal to 10,000. 10,000 is our final answer. 10,000 final answer, which is our fourth option. A jar contains a mixture of milk and water in the respective ratio 3:4. When 4 liters of this mixture is taken out and thereafter 3 liters of milk is added. When you take 4 liters quantity from the mixture, this 4 liters also should have milk and water in the ratio 3:1. So 3 liters of milk goes out, 1 liter of water goes out. Now, initial milk is 3 parts. Now 3 liters taken out. Initial water is 1 part, 1 liter is taken out. Total 4 liters quantity is taken out. And then thereafter we are adding 3 liters of milk. To this, if you add 3 liters milk, then plus 3 and then minus 3 gets cancelled. Now finally we have 3 parts of milk and 1 part minus 1 liters of water. Now the respective ratio of milk and water in the resultant mixture formed is 4:1. This ratio is equal to 4:1. What was the initial quantity of water in the jar? Initial quantity of water in the jar, right? Now, initial quantity of water is 1 part. That's what we need to calculate. 3 parts, 4 parts. Difference is 1 part. And here, minus 1 into 4, 4, minus 4. Minus 4 goes to right hand side. That becomes 4. 1 part is equal to 4. So, initial water in the container is equal to 4 liters. Next. A mobile phone and a tablet were sold at a profit of 10% and at a loss of 8% respectively. The cost price of the mobile is 1.5 times that of tablet. What is the overall percentage of profit earned by selling both the items? You have comparison about their cost price. First of all, we should start from here. Mobile phone cost is 1.5 times of tablet. So let us start tablet price as 100% because mobile cost depends on tablet and which is equal to 1.5 times. If it is 100%, mobile cost becomes 150%. This is cost price of mobile and tablet. Total cost price is 250. But your question is overall profit percentage. Overall profit should be calculated like overall profit with respect to total cost price. Total profit by total cost price. Total cost price we already know. On mobile, we are getting 10%. On tablet, we are getting 8%. 10% of 150 is 15. 8% of 100 is 8. So total profit is 15 plus 8, that is equal to 23. 23 is total profit out of total cost price 250 and percentage into 100. Overall profit percentage earned by selling both the items. Right. Now, 10% of, profit on mobile is 10% and the loss is 8%. Plus 15 minus 8. Plus 15 minus 8. That is equal to 7 by 250 into 100. This is what? Profit percentage. Total profit percentage. 1% of denominator is 2.5. 3% is equal to 7.5. But here you have less than 7.5. So answer is less than 3%, but very close to that. Look at your options. How many options are there? Fifth option should be your answer. 2.8 final answer. Done. Be careful. Here 10% profit, 8% loss. Next. The interest earned on 4,000 rupees when invested in scheme A for 2 years at 7% per annum. Simple interest is half of the interest earned when X rupees invested for 5 years in the same scheme at the same rate of interest. What is the value of X? Interest earned on 4,000 when invested for 2 years at 7% per annum simple interest. So 7% per annum simple interest in the sense how much percentage we will get? 14% of interest we will get upon 4,000 principal and is half of the interest earned. This value is equal to half of interest earned when X rupees invested for 5 years at the same rate of interest. Same rate of interest in the sense 7%. 7% for 5 years, we will get 35%. 35% of which number? 35% of which number? Percentage gets cancelled. 7 2 times, 7 5 times, 5 800 times. Then X is equal to 2 into 800, 1600 into 2, that is equal to 3200. 3200, which is our third option. Third option is our final answer. Next. At present, Run is 8 years younger to Emma. Not only at present, any year, age difference between Run and Emma should be equal to 8 years. Harry is 2 years younger to Emma. The respective ratio between the percentages of Run and Harry is 3:4. What is Harry's percentage? Harry's percentage, which is equal to 4 parts, answer should be 4 multiple. All the options are 4 multiples. Let's calculate. Run, Emma, and then Harry. These are persons that we have. Now, at present, Run and then Harry's ages are 3:4. Hence, you can treat them as 3 parts and then 4 parts. Your first information says Run is 8 years younger to Emma. Then Emma is 8 years elder to Run. 8 years elder to this. Then it is 3 parts plus 8. 3 parts plus 8. Second condition says Harry is 2 years younger to Emma. Harry age is equal to 2 years younger to Emma. Subtract 2 from this number, then that becomes 3 parts plus 6, and that has to be equal to Harry's percentage, which is equal to 4 parts. From this, 1 part is equal to 6 years. Then your question is Harry's percentage of Harry is 4 parts, that is equal to 4 into 6, 24 years. 24 years is our final answer, third option. Next. Solve the quantities and choose the correct answer. Quantity 1 and then quantity 2. Yes, Q1, Q2s we have. Let's see these. Out of 4 numbers A, B, C, D, each pair of numbers has the same highest common factor. HCF is same. Find the highest common factor of all the 4 numbers if each common multiple of A and B is 310 and that of CD is 651. AB and then CD, they both are having HCF, common factor. You are given LCM and then asked to calculate HCF. Now, for A comma B and then for C comma D, LCM is given as 300 and then 10, and here it is equal to 651. I am just writing the information, not much. And you're asked to calculate HCF, just calculate HCF for both the numbers. Just calculate HCF for both the numbers. Now, I would like to calculate HCF for 310 and then 651. Now, if I take 31 common from both the numbers, if I take 31 common, 31 10 times here, 31 20 times is 620, and apart from 620 you have 31 more, which is 1 time more, that is equal to 21. HCF of these two numbers is equal to 1. Hence, final HCF is equal to 31 into 1, which is 31. Q1 is equal to 31. Q1 is equal to 31. Now, Q2. Mohan ordered 10 yellow colored toys and some blue colored toys. The price of yellow colored toy was thrice that of blue colored toy. Now, here number of balls and here it is about price. We have two different colors, yellow and then blue. Now he purchased 10 yellow balls and then let's say X blue balls. Price of yellow is 3 times that of blue. Let me assume blue color ball price is 1 rupee. Then yellow color ball price becomes 3 times of it. That is 3 rupees. At the time of preparing the bill, the cashier interchanged the number of toys by mistake and hence the amount of bill increased by 40%. Bill increased by 40%. Now wait a minute. Here, these are initial number of balls and then these are initial prices. Initial cost price is 30 plus X. Initial cost price is 30 plus X. Now, during bill time, he exchanged number of balls by mistake. Meaning, now we have X yellow balls with the price 3 rupees each. Then it becomes 3X rupees. and then 10 blue balls with the price 1 rupee, that is equal to 10 rupees. This is cost of the items later case, but this is equal to price increased by 40 percentage. Initial price is this much, now this value increased by 40 percentage. 40% increase in the sense that is equal to 140 percentage. 27 times 25 times. 7 into 30, 210. 7 into x, 7x. 5 into 3x, 15x. 15x, 7x, difference is equal to 8x. Now 5 into 10, 50. 7 into 30, 210. 210 minus 50, that is equal to 160. From this, x value is equal to 20. Now your question is, find how many blue color balls we have. Initial blue color balls are x, which is equal to 20. Q1 was 31, Q2 is 20. Hence, Q1 is more than Q2. Concluded. Q1 more than Q2. First option. Next. 2/5 of voters promises to vote for P and the rest promises to vote for Q. So here we have two members, P and Q. 2/5 in the sense 40 percentage. 40 percentage promised to vote for P, rest promised for Q. 40 percentage and then 60 percentage. Next, what happened? Of these, on the last day, 15 percentage of the voters went back on their promises to vote for P. What is the meaning of this? So initially 40 percentage and 60 percentage promises to vote them. But out of people who promised to vote for P, 15 percentage went back on their decision. Meaning 15 percentage of this number, which is 6 percentage, 6 percentage of the people are not going to vote for P, but they are going to vote for Q. So 6 percentage subtracted here and they are going to vote for Q now. And then 25 percentage of voters went back for their promises to vote for Q. 25 percentage of those who promised Q, which is equal to 15, they went back on their promise, in the sense those 15 percentage are not going to vote for Q, but they are going to vote for P. Now, how many people voted for P? 40 plus 15, 55. 55 minus 6, which is equal to 49. If 49 percentage of the people have voted for P, then remaining 51 percentage will definitely vote for Q. You need not to add all these values. Even if you add, you'll get the same, but you don't have to do it. Now, P lost by 2 votes. Who won the election? Q. Who lost it? P. P lost by what percentage? 2 percentage. 2 percentage is equal to 2 votes. Then total number of voters voted for P, that is 49 percentage, which is equal to 49. 49 percentage is equal to 49. Right. Q1 is equal to 49. Next. The population of village is 8,400. Of this, 4/7 are male. And then they are to marry women of their own village. If 65 percentage of male are married, then find percentage of unmarried female among females. Female of this village are also supposed to marry men from their own village. Okay. ఇక్కడ ఏంటంటే total number ఇచ్చారు, don't consider total number. 8,400 is not at all required for us. 4/7 are male. Denominator is 7 parts. So total population is 7 parts. Out of them, 4 parts are male. If male people are 4 parts out of 7 parts, then female are 3 parts. Now, 65 percentage of male are married. How many are married? Let's calculate. 65%. How do you get 65%? 65 percentage of 4 or 4 percentage of 65. One and the same. 4 percentage is better calculate. 1% double and then double. 1% of 65, 0.65. Double 1.3. Again double 2.6. If 2.6 parts of male are married, then as male from the village need to marry only female from the same village, that will be equal to 2.6 parts only. Then out of total female, if 3 parts are married, then out of 3 parts, if 2.6 are married, unmarried female are 0.4 out of 3 among percentage into 100. Now it is about not the answer. It is about options. Options are important. It is about comparison. Q1 we already got 49%. Q1 we already got 49. In Q2 whether that is equal to 49 or more than 49 or less than 49. ఇదే మనకు కావాల్సింది. 0.4/3 అనేది డెఫినెట్ గా 40 కాదు, 30 కూడా కాదు, 25% కూడా కాదు. సో డెఫినెట్లీ ఇట్ ఈస్ 0.4/3 in the sense somewhere around little bit more than 10%. Hence we can conclude Q1 is much more than Q2. Q1 is much more than Q2. That's what we can conclude. I hope you understand this. Right. So to be frank, you don't have to answer this question. Out of male, if married people are 65%, out of female, more than 65% will be married. ఎందుకంటే మేల్ కి ఫీమేల్ లో ఎవరు ఎక్కువ ఉన్నారు? మేల్ ఎక్కువ ఉన్నారు. మేల్ ఎక్కువ ఉన్నప్పుడు ఎక్కువ ఉన్న నంబర్ మీద 65% అంటే సేమ్ నంబరు తక్కువ ఉన్న నంబర్ మీద అంతకంటే ఎక్కువ పర్సెంటేజ్ అవుతుంది. సో డెఫినెట్ గా మ్యారీడ్ ఫీమేల్ ఆర్ మోర్ దెన్ 65%, అన్మ్యారీడ్ ఫీమేల్ ఆర్ డెఫినెట్లీ లెస్ దెన్ 35%. అసలు ఏమీ రాయకుండా డైరెక్ట్ గానే కంక్లూడ్ చేయొచ్చు మీరు. ఐ హోప్ యూ అండర్స్టాండ్ దిస్ లాజిక్. I'll give you one example if you want. There are 2 members in your family. మీరు మీ బ్రదర్ ఆర్ సిస్టర్ సిబ్లింగ్ అనుకుందాం. మీ బ్రదర్ కి ఎక్కువ శాలరీ వస్తుంది, మీకు కొంచెం తక్కువ శాలరీ వస్తుంది. మీ బ్రదర్ 40,000 శాలరీ, మీది 30,000 శాలరీ అనుకుందాం కొంచెంసేపు. మీ బ్రదర్ 20,000 ఖర్చు పెడుతున్నారు. అంటే 50% ఆఫ్ యువర్ బ్రదర్స్ శాలరీ గోయింగ్ టువర్డ్స్ ఎక్స్పెన్సెస్. మీరు కూడా సేమ్ 20,000 ఖర్చు పెడుతున్నారు. మీ బ్రదర్ శాలరీ మీద 50% అయితే మీ శాలరీ మీద 30,000 మీద 20,000 రూపీస్ అనే ఎక్స్పెండిచర్ 50% ఉంటుందా, 50% కంటే ఎక్కువ ఉంటుందా? మీ శాలరీ 30,000 కాబట్టి 40,000 మీద 50% అయితే 30,000 మీద 50% కంటే డెఫినెట్గా ఎక్కువ అవుతుంది. సేమ్ లాజిక్ ఇక్కడ మాట్లాడాం. మెన్ ఎక్కువ ఉన్నారు. మెన్లో 65% మ్యారీడ్ పీపుల్, సేమ్ నంబర్ ఆఫ్ ఫీమేల్ ఆర్ మ్యారీడ్. సేమ్ నంబర్ మ్యారీడ్ కాబట్టి ఫీమేల్ తక్కువ ఉన్నప్పుడు తక్కువ ఉన్న నంబర్ మీద పర్సంటేజ్ ఎక్కువ అవుతుంది. 65% ఆర్ మోర్ పీపుల్ ఆర్ మ్యారీడ్, దెన్ అన్మ్యారీడ్ ఆర్ లెస్ దెన్ 35. Here itself we are done with the answer because you already know Q1 is equal to 49 and Q2 is equal to less than 35. You are done with the answer. ఆన్సర్ చేసి చెప్పాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. మనకి ఆప్షన్స్ చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. నెక్స్ట్, yes, okay. Q1. A bag contains 5 red, 3 yellow and then 2 white balls. Number of ways in which one or more balls can be taken out from the bag is. One or more balls can be selected in how many ways? Total how many balls are there? 10 balls are there. One or more ante you can pick 1 ball or 2 balls or 3 balls, 4 balls, 5 balls. Like that you have chance to select even 10 balls. So that is 10C1 selecting 1 ball, 10C2 selecting 2 balls, 10C3 and so on, plus 10C4. This is what Q1. Don't calculate this. Leave it. We will consider that later. Next, Q2. Q2. What is Q2? If an n-digit natural number is added to a number made by putting the digits of the original number in reverse order, the sum is always divisible by k and n is even number. n is even number అన్నారు కాబట్టి n digit natural number తీసుకోవాలి. ఈవెన్ నంబర్, న్యాచురల్ నంబర్స్, ఈవెన్ నంబర్ ఆఫ్ నంబర్స్ ఉండాలి. లెట్ us start with 2 digit number. లీస్ట్ నెంబర్ నుంచి స్టార్ట్ చేద్దాం. Let us start with the least number. 2 digit number. You pick any 2 digit number on your own. I will take maybe 34. Any 2 digit number you can pick. This is added by a number which is obtained by interchanging the order, reversing the order అని అన్నారు. అంటే 34 ని ఆర్డర్ రివర్స్ చేస్తే 43 వస్తుంది. This value is equal to 77. Now this is divisible by which number? You already know that a two-digit number and a number obtained by interchanging the digits, if both are added, that sum is always divisible by 11 and the difference is always divisible by 9. We have discussed this point so many times. So Q2 value, this value is divisible by 11. Hence, K value is equal to 11. Now, Q1 is equal to this much and Q2 is equal to 11. You just need to compare which is more. 10C4 కాదు ఇక్కడ 10C10. Sorry. 10C10. Now, 10C1 in the sense 10. And apart from that, you have much more to add here. But here it is 11 only. So Q1, without actually calculating this, we can definitely answer Q1 is more than Q2. So that is a point which I am keep on telling you. Don't look for final answer. Options are important. Option చెప్పాలి అని అంటే Q1 value calculate చేసి Q2 value calculate చేసి చెప్పక్కర్లా. Nearest answer calculate చేసుకొని కూడా answer చెప్పేయచ్చు. So Q2 is 11. This is much more than 11. Hence Q1 is more than Q2. That's it. Next. A man earns X percentage on the first 2,000 rupees and Y percentage on the rest of his income. If he earns 700 rupees from income 4,000 and 900 from his income 5,000, find X percentage. Right. Now, ఇక్కడ మీకు టూ డిఫరెంట్ పర్సంటేజెస్ వస్తున్నాయి. ఒకటి X percentage, రెండోది Y percentage. టూ డిఫరెంట్ కేసెస్ ఉన్నాయి. అండ్ దెన్ యూ ఆల్సో హ్యావ్ కమిషన్. ఫస్ట్ కేస్ యువర్ కమిషన్ 700, యువర్ సెకండ్ కేస్ కమిషన్ 900. యాక్చువల్గా ఇది రాయాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు, డైరెక్ట్గా కూడా చేయొచ్చు. లెట్స్ మీకు అర్థం కావటం కోసం ఇప్పుడు చెప్తున్నా. ఫ్రమ్ ద నెక్స్ట్ టైమ్ ఆన్వర్డ్స్ ఐ వోంట్ రైట్ టేబుల్ లైక్ దట్. He earned 700 income on 4,000. Out of 4,000, on first 2,000 we will get X percentage and next 2,000 we will get Y percentage. And you are getting 9,000 on total income 5,000. Out of 5,000, for first 2,000 rupees we will get X percentage and on next 3,000 rupees we will get Y percentage. Now, first case to second case, X percentage value is common. Difference is there only in second case. Y percent on 2,000, Y percent on 3,000. Only this difference is equal to 200. అంటే Y percent rate వల్ల second time ఎంత extra ఉంది 2,000 కంటే 1,000. So at the rate of Y percentage on 1,000 rupees we are getting 200 extra. We are getting 200 extra. In first case, Y percentage is calculated on how many rupees? 2,000. With the same rate Y percentage, for 1,000 if you get 200, for 2,000 how much we will get? 400. Now out of 700, 400 rupees is from Y percentage of 2,000. Then how much is remaining? 300 rupees. This is calculated at the rate of X percentage only. 300 rupees is calculated on how much? 2,000. So percentage is equal to divided by 2,000 percentage into 100. 10% of denominator is 200. 5 percentage is equal to 100. Then 300 is equal to what percentage? 15 percentage. Q1 is equal to 15. Let's calculate this. Okay. Q1 is equal to 15. Now, let's calculate second one, Q2. A shopkeeper sold 10 items of all of which are of the same cost price. 10 items pratidi cost price same undi. Such that the profit percentage on no two items is same. Profit percentage on no two items same అన్నారు. అంటే ప్రతి దాని మీద వచ్చే percentage of profit అనేది different. The profits made on the given items were in arithmetic progression. ఫస్ట్ ఐటమ్ నుంచి 10th ఐటమ్ వరకు మనకు వచ్చే ప్రాఫిట్ పర్సంటేజెస్ అనేవి అర్థమెటిక్ ప్రోగ్రెషన్ అన్నారు. అర్థమెటిక్ ప్రోగ్రెషన్ అంటే ఏంటి? సేమ్ ఇంక్రీజ్ విల్ బి దేర్ ఆర్ సేమ్ డిక్రీజ్ విల్ బి దేర్. డిఫరెన్స్ విల్ బి సేమ్. అది ఇంక్రీజ్ అవ్వచ్చు లేదా డిక్రీజ్ కూడా అవ్వచ్చు. ఇఫ్ ద ప్రాఫిట్ పర్సంటేజ్ ఆఫ్ ద ఐటమ్ the selling price of which is fourth highest and the item of the selling price of which is seventh highest. Fourth highest ki seventh highest ki selling price ఏదైతే ఉంటుందో దాని మీద వచ్చిన ప్రాఫిట్స్ 13% and then 10%. Find the profit percentage on the whole. On the whole profit percentage ante overall profit percentage. Overall in the sense, what is the meaning, exact meaning? Average. You're asked to calculate average. You clearly know that there are 10 items, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and then 10. There are 10 items and they are in arithmetic progression. And your question is to identify overall profit that is equal to average profit. Average of arithmetic progression in the sense middle number. Now, if this is highest, second highest, third highest, this is fourth highest. Seventh highest is this one. On this, we are getting profit 13%, which is fourth highest, and seventh highest, we are getting 10%. Average in the sense middle number, that has to be in between 13 and then 10 only. You know that already Q1 is equal to 15, and now in Q2 we will get a number, some stupid number I don't want to calculate, some number which is in between 10 and 13. Hence here also without calculating we can answer Q1 is more than Q2. Now if you want to really calculate, fill the gap 10, 11, 12 and then 13. Now the numbers are in arithmetic progression. Middle number in between 11 and then 12, that is equal to 11.5%. So this is equal to Q2. So Q1 is 15, Q2 is equal to 11.5. Q1 is more than Q2. But whatever the point I'm saying is, you don't have to calculate this. Your Q2 lies in between 10 and 13. Q1 is much more than that. Hence, Q1 is more than Q2. Answer can be done. Next. Now here this is something different. Let's see this. A watch dealer incurs an expense of 150 for producing each watch. Prati watch తయారు చేయడానికి ఆయనకి పడుతున్న కాస్ట్ ప్రైస్ 150 rupees. He also incurs an additional expenditure of 30,000 rupees, which is independent of number of watches produced. So 30,000 extra expenditure పడుతుందంట, independent of నంబర్ ఆఫ్ వాచెస్. అంటే ఇప్పుడు ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ వాచ్ తయారు చేయాలి అని అంటే మనకు ఒక ప్రెమైసెస్ కావాలి. ఆ ప్రెమైసెస్లో మనకి రెంట్ పే చేయాలి, మెయింటెనెన్స్లు ఉంటాయి, ఇవన్నీ కామన్. వారు ఒక వాచ్ ప్రొడ్యూస్ చేసినా, 100 వాచెస్ ప్రొడ్యూస్ చేసినా, 10,000 వాచెస్ ప్రొడ్యూస్ చేసినా మనం పే చేయాల్సిన రెంట్ మాత్రం ఫిక్స్డ్ ఎక్స్పెండిచర్. అట్లాంటి ఫిక్స్డ్ ఎక్స్పెండిచర్ 30,000 ఉంది. ఒక్కొక్క వాచ్కి తయారు చేయడానికి వారికి పడుతున్న ప్రైస్ 150 రూపీస్. ఇఫ్ హీ ఈజ్ ఏబుల్ టు సెల్ వాచ్ డ్యూరింగ్ ది సీజన్, he sells it for 250 rupees. సీజన్ టైంలో అతను 250 రూపీస్కి వాచ్ నమ్మగలరు. ఇఫ్ హీ ఫెయిల్స్ టు డూ సో, సీజన్లో అమ్మలేకపోయినట్లయితే he has to sell the each watch for 100 rupees. అంటే సీజన్లో కనుక అమ్మినట్లయితే 150 రూపీస్ కాస్ట్ ఉన్న వాచ్ని 100 రూపీస్ ప్రాఫిట్ తోటి 250 రూపీస్కి అమ్మగలరు. సీజన్లో అమ్మలేకపోయినట్లయితే 150 రూపీస్ కాస్ట్ ప్రైస్ మీద 50 రూపీస్ లాస్ వచ్చి 100కి మాత్రమే అమ్మగలరు. దిస్ ఇస్ ఆన్ సీజన్, ఆఫ్ సీజన్. నెక్స్ట్ Q1, Q2s ఉన్నాయి, ఇప్పుడు చూద్దాం. సో దిస్ ఈస్ కామన్ డేటా అవైలబుల్ ఫర్ Q1 అండ్ దెన్ Q2. హౌ మెనీ వాచెస్ హీ ఈజ్ ఏబుల్ టు సెల్ ఇన్ ద ఆఫ్ సీజన్ out of 1500 watches he has made. If we want to earn a profit of 75,000, he is expecting a profit of 75,000. How many watches are available? 150 watches. First of all, he need to prepare 150 watches, 1500 watches. 1500 watches ni manufacture cheyali anante cost incurred is going to be 1500 into 150 rupees. And then fixed expenditure is 30,000. First let us calculate this. 3 zeros are there. 15 into 15, 225. That is 225 and then 3 zeros. This is expenditure to manufacture 1500 watches, and there is a fixed costing 30,000 for n number of watches, and he is expecting profit 75,000. So by selling watches during on season and off season together, he must get this much price. 2,25,000 plus 75,000, 3 lakh plus 30,000, 3,30,000. Now he must get 3,30,000 by selling 1500 watches. But out of 1500 watches, some watches we are selling during on season and few watches we are selling off season. Your question is to identify how many watches we are selling during off season. Off season లో ఎన్ని వాచెస్ అమ్ముతున్నాము అని అన్నారు. నౌ ఆఫ్ సీజన్ లో X వాచెస్ అమ్ముతున్నాము అని అనుకుందాం. మరి ఆన్ సీజన్ లో ఎన్ని అమ్మాలి? 1500 minus x. ఆన్ సీజన్ లో ప్రైస్ ఎంత 250 రూపీస్, మరి ఆఫ్ సీజన్ లో ప్రైస్ ఎంత 100 రూపీస్. This is total selling price that we will get by selling 1500 minus x watches during on season, season time, and off season x into 100. Your question is about during off season how many were sold. Hence I am taking this as x. 50 5 times, 50 2 times, 100 లో 250s ఉంటాయి, 3300 హండ్రెడ్స్ ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి 6600 అవుతుంది. 2x minus 5x minus 3x goes to the other side, that becomes 3x. 1500 5 times 7500 minus 6600, that is equal to 900. Then x is equal to 300. So off season లో 300 అమ్ముతున్నాం, ఆన్ సీజన్ లో 1200 అమ్ముతున్నాం. I hope you followed it. ఆఫ్ సీజన్ లో 300, ఆన్ సీజన్ లో 1200. Your question is Q1, which is about off-season watches, that is 300. X is equal to, Q1 is equal to 300. Next, Q2. If he produces 1500 watches, what is the number of watches that he must sell during the season? Season time lo. Intaku mundu off season, ippudu season. In order to break even. Break even in the sense, total selling price must be equal to total cost price. No profit, no loss case. Given that he is able to sell all the watches produced. Okay. During on season, he is selling X watches, each for 250 rupees. And during off season, he must sell 1500 minus X watches, and each watch price is equal to 100 rupees. And by selling X watches during on season, 1500 minus X watches during off season, he must get no profit, no loss, which is 2,25,000 is cost price and 30,000 is fixed price. That is equal to 2,55,000. Similar simplification, 50 5 times, 50 2 times. Here 2550 hundreds are there. Each 100 will have 250s, so that will be 2550 2 times 5100. 5x minus 2x, that is equal to 3x, which is equal to 1500 2 times 3000. 3000 goes to the other side, that becomes 2100. 700 times. So Q2 is equal to 700, whereas Q1 was 300. Q1 is less than Q2. Q1 less than Q2, direct answer. Next. So these are approximations. Cube root of a 6-digit number. Cube root of a 6-digit number. And when you look at options, 2 difference, 2 difference, 2 difference, almost close. So let's see how to solve these type of questions. Now, you know that answer is in between 70 and then 80 only. Let's calculate 7 cube. What is 7 cube? 343. 70 cube in the sense that is equal to 3 more zeros. 8 cube in the sense 512. 80 cube in the sense 3 more zeros. Now our number is in between these two only. 45 65 00. 45 65 and then 00. అంటే దీన్ని కూడా ఇంకా సింప్లిఫై చేయొచ్చు. I'll tell you that case later, but let me finish this. Now here, observe the difference between 3,43,000 to 4,56,500. Observe the difference here. That is 1,13,500, 1,13,500. That is the difference here. Let me use another color. 1,13,500 is the difference between these two. And difference between these two numbers is equal to 12,000 here. And here it is 43,500. 43,500 plus 12,000, which is equal to 55,500. 55,000 55,500. 55,500. Now, ratio between these two numbers. I would like to calculate ratio between these two numbers. Approximately, this is almost double. Exactly 2 times of this number is equal to 1,11,000 and you still have more than that. అంటే ఇది 1 part అయితే ఇది 2 parts కంటే ఎక్కువ ఉంది. So approximately I will treat it as these two differences are in the ratio 2:1. Difference between 70 and then 80 is equal to 10 and that 10 is divided in the ratio 2:1. Total 3 parts we have. If 3 parts is equal to 10, 1 part is equal to 3.3 and 2 parts is equal to 6.6. Approximate 6.6 in the sense that I will treat it as 7. So this value is equal to 70 plus 7, that is equal to 77 cube. 77 cube. Otherwise, you can treat 1 part is equal to 3 and this number is less than this 5,12,000, which is equal to 80 minus 3, that is equal to 77 cube. Now this simplification also we can reduce it. Look at this, how to do it. You know that 7 cube and then 8 cube, I don't want to start with 70 cube and then 80 cube. 7 cube is equal to 343 and then 8 cube is equal to 512. We are starting with a 3-digit number. If you consider this as a 3-digit number, you can take it as 456 and then after that you have 0.5. 456.5. You can treat it as 456 or 457. No problem. Let me start with 456. Difference between these two numbers, which is equal to 113. Difference between these two numbers, that is equal to 56. 56 2 times is 112 and here you have little bit more than that. So these two are in the ratio 2:1. Hence it is 2 parts and this is 1 part. Sum is equal to 3 parts. Now difference between 7 and then 8, that is divided into 2:1 ratio. Hence this must be equal to 0.66 and this must be equal to 0.33. This I will treat it as approximately 0.7 because here we have 456.5. 456 కంటే ఎక్కువ ఉంది కాబట్టి 6.66 కంటే 0.66 కంటే కొంచెం ఎక్కువే ఉంటుంది. Hence I am treating it as 0.7. So this value is equal to 7 plus 0.7, that is 7.7 whole cube. That's it. So this is the easiest approach whenever you have cube values. If you don't understand, just go back and then listen again. Next, let us see the simplification here itself. 3 times here, 2 4 times here. Now again simplification. 5 times of 1780. 5 times of 1780 in the sense 10 times and making it a half. 17,800 and then half of that, which is equal to 8,900 divided by 7 into 3, 21. 21 4 times, that is equal to 84. 100 times of denominator is equal to 8,400 and still we need to add 500. 500 in the sense how many times of 84? That's what we need to calculate. 5 times of this number is equal to 420 and you have more than that. So this is equal to 6 times. So total 84 how many times is 8,900? 106 times. Second option answer. 2.55% of 440. This can be treated as 25.5% of 44. I am just taking this 0 to here. That becomes 25.5% of 44. And then here also we have 1 0. Then it becomes 3.66% of 488. Now 25% of this number, that is equal to 11, and you still have half percentage. 1% is equal to 0.44. Half percentage is equal to 0.22. Keep it aside. 3.66 I will treat it as 3.33 plus 0.33. 3.33% in the sense 1/3. 10 percentage and then one third, that is equal to 3.33. 10 percentage in the sense 48.8. One third of that number, that is equal to 16.2 something. 16.2 something. That is 3.33. And then we need to add 0.33 percentage, which is 10% of this number. 10% of this number is equal to 1.62. Now, 16 plus 11, 27 plus 1, 28. 20, 20, 60, that is equal to again 1 we will get. Total 29 something we will get. 29 point something, fourth option, final answer. Next. Here, 3,538 divided by 18 into 2. 2 how many times? 9 times. 9, 3 is 27. All the options are nearby that. The same, you can do one more thing. You can treat this number as, assume it as 3600 minus 62. Assume this number as 3600 minus 62. 3600 by 9 in the sense that is equal to 400 minus 62 by 3 in the sense approximately 7. Answer 393. 393, second option answer. Now, here, number inside bracket. Let's first try to do it. 7, 7 cancel. 3, 3 times here. So that is equal to 2 by 15. Divided by 2 by 15 can be written as into 15 by 2. 1135 into 15 by 2. 2, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times, 0.5. This number multiplied by 15. 10 times of this number is equal to 5675. And again 5 more times. 5 more times in the sense exactly half of this number, that is 2837 point something. 2, 1, 5 and then 8. 8512. 8512 approximate 8510. Second option. Now these are all wrong number series. Wrong number series must be given the last priority. Do remember. Okay, now data analysis from 116 onwards. Distribution of total number of students in 6 different branches of a music school studying Indian classic music and then Western music. Total number of students are 5,000. Now 6 different branches we have. P, Q, R, S, T, U. Out of 5,000, 18% are in P. What do you mean by 1%? 50. 50 multiplication is easy to calculate, taking 100 times and half of that. Meaning 18% in the sense 18 into 50. That is 1800 times and half. 1800 and half in the sense 900. 1500 and half 750. 2200 half 1100. 2800 and half 1400. 1000 and half 500. 700 half 350. Like that you can easily convert them. That's what I mean to say. So don't go for conversion right now. We can do it when you require it. Now out of branch P, how many people are there? 900. Indian classic music students and then Western music students will be in the ratio 7:5. Total 12 parts. 12 parts is equal to 900. Then we can calculate how many learning Indian classic and then how many are learning Western music. So this is the information and let's start. Number of students studying music, both Indian and Western in branch P is by what percentage less than number of students studying music, both Indian and then Western from branches R and then S. P is equal to 18%. R and S together, that is equal to 50. Now your question is how much percentage less? Because 18% is calculated on 5,000 and 50% is also calculated on 5,000. Both are calculated on same number. I don't want to go for exact answer. I would like to just use percentages as it is. Now 18 is how much less than 50? 32 less. With respect to 50, percentage into 100. 50 ki 32 less ante 100 ki anta 64. Direct answer. Otherwise need to calculate. 52 times 32 2s 64. లేదా 50తో కంపేర్ చేస్తే 32 తక్కువ అయితే 100తో కంపేర్ చేస్తే ఎంత 64 అవుతుంది. డైరెక్ట్ ఆన్సర్ 64 ఫస్ట్ ఆప్షన్. 40% of the students studying Indian classic music in branches P and U together are male. 40% of the students studying Western music in the same branch together are female. What is the respective ratio between total number of male studying Indian classic from PU together and total number of female students studying Western music in same branches together? Okay. ఇప్పుడు ఇండియన్ క్లాసిక్ లో 40% ఆర్ మేల్, 40% ఆఫ్ వెస్టర్న్ మ్యూజిక్ ఆర్ ఫీమేల్. మిమ్మల్ని అడిగిన క్వశ్చన్ కూడా అదే. పి అండ్ యులో మేల్ ఇండియన్ క్లాసిక్, సేమ్ స్కూల్స్ లో ఫీమేల్ స్టడీయింగ్ ఇన్ వెస్టర్న్ మ్యూజిక్. రేషియో క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేయమన్నారు. నౌ లెట్స్ సీ పి అండ్ దెన్ యు. నౌ పి total 18% we have. Out of 18%, Indian classic players are 7 parts out of 12. I will treat it as Indian classic 7 out of 12 among 18%. These are Indian. Then Western are 5 out of 12 among 18%. Now this is about P. And then you also have information regarding U also. U total percentage is 7. 7 is divided in the ratio 2:3. Indian classic are 2 parts out of 5 parts among 7%. Then remaining are 3 out of 5 among 7%. Everywhere this is just percentage calculated on 5000. Now ప్రతి నెంబర్ 5000 కాబట్టి రేషియో క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేయాలన్నప్పుడు నంబర్లో కన్వర్ట్ చేయాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. 40% ఆఫ్ స్టూడెంట్స్ స్టడీయింగ్ ఇండియన్ క్లాసిక్ మ్యూజిక్ ఇన్ బ్రాంచెస్ పియు టుగెదర్ ఆర్ మేల్. అంటే దీనిలో 40%, దీనిలో 40%. 40% ఆఫ్ సమ్ ఆఫ్ దీస్ టూ నంబర్స్, సారీ ఇండియన్ క్లాసిక్, రైట్? 40% of this number, 40% of this number are male. And about Western, Western in the sense this one and then this one. This is for school P, branch P, and this is for branch U. 40% of this, 40% of this. Both belongs to female. Your question is to identify ratio between total number of male studying Indian classic. Indian classic, 40% of this, 40% of this. And then female from these two. Okay. Ikkada 40%, ikkada 40%, both gets cancelled, so don't worry about it. Sum of these two numbers divided by sum of these two numbers. This is what we need to calculate. So to be frank, 40% of numerator divided by 40% of denominator. As they both gets cancelled, we don't need to consider that. Now let's go for simplification here. 6 3 times, 6 2 times. Same simplification 3 times and then 2 times. 2 and 5, LCM is 10. So let me take 1/10 common. 2 how many times? 5 times. 7 3 is 21. 21 5 times, that is 105, plus 5 2 times. 2 into 2 4. 4 into 7 28. Divided by, here also 2 and 5, LCM is 10. Let me take again 1/10 common. 2 5 times. 5 5 is 25. 25 3 is 75. Plus 5 2 times. 2 into 3 6. 6 into 7 42. 110 110 gets cancelled. 105 by 23 in the sense that is equal to 133 divided by 75 plus 42, that is equal to 117. 133 by 117. 133 by 117. Fourth option answer. Next. Number of students studying Western music in branch Q are what percentage of the students studying Indian classic music in branch R? Western music in branch Q, what percentage of Indian classic from branch R? Q లో మొత్తం ఎంత పర్సెంటేజ్ ఉంది? 15%. R లో ఎంత పర్సెంట్ ఉంది? 22%. Q లో ఎవరు కావాలి? వెస్టర్న్ మ్యూజిక్. Q లో Western and then Indian classic both are divided in the ratio 9:6. So how many parts are there? 15 parts. If 15 parts is equal to 15%, One part is 1%. Western music are 6 parts. That is equal to 6%. Now directly I will write it as 6 out of R. Total we have 22%. That is divided in the ratio 5:6. So that is equal to total 11 parts is 22. Each part is equal to 2. And here for branch R we need to go for Indian. Indian classic are 5 parts. 5 into 2, 10. So that is 6 by 10 into 100. 6 by 10 into 100 in the sense how much? 60% here final answer. 60% second option answer. Next. What is the central angle? Stop. Whenever your question is about central angle, we will verify which multiple? 9 multiple. Is your first option 9 multiple? No. Second, 9 multiple. Yes, maybe your answer. Third, yes, 9 multiple. Multiple options are there. We have to calculate. Now let's see. Central angle corresponding to number of students studying music in branch P. Branch P, how much percentage we have? 18%. Now, 18% in the sense 18 into 1% value. What do you mean by 1%? 3.6. So 18 into 3.6 is our final answer. Total 100% is equal to 360 degrees. 10% is 36 degrees. 1% is 3.6. 18 into 3.6. Last digit verification. 6 into 8, 48. Answer should end with 8. And then you also have point. So your answer should have 0.8. 0.8, how many options are having? 2 options. Fourth and then fifth. But answer should be 9 multiple. Is this fourth option 9 multiple? Yes. Is fifth option 9 multiple? No. Fifth cannot be your answer. Answer 64.8. Final answer. Next. What is the difference between total number of students studying Indian classic in branches S and T together? And the total number of students studying Western in the same branches. S and T lo difference between Indian classic and then Western music. Now, ఒకసారి మీరు ప్రాపర్గా చేయాలి అని అంటే ఎస్లో ఇండియన్ ఎంత, వెస్టర్న్ ఎంత. నెక్స్ట్ అగైన్ టీలో ఇండియన్ ఎంత, వెస్టర్న్ ఎంత. ఆఫ్టర్ గెటింగ్ దిస్ యూ నీడ్ టు టేక్ sum of these two, and then for these two numbers you need to go for difference. Instead of this, we can also go for individual differences of Indian and then Western from same branch, and then we can go for addition later. Now for S and then T, S and then T, for S and then T, observe the ratio and verify which music players are more, whether Indian are more or Western are more. In S, Indian are more. In Western, in T also, Indian are more. Hence, let us go for a direct difference. In S, total how many parts we have? In S, total how many parts we have? Look at that. Total 8 parts we have. And then difference is equal to 2 parts. 2 out of 8 in the sense 1/4. 1/4 of S. S is equal to 28. 1/4 is equal to 7%. Okay. Difference in S is 7%. Now let's do it the same for T also. T total how many parts we have? 25. Difference is 7 parts. 7 out of 25 parts among 10%. That is 7 out of 25 among 10%. And this is what we need to calculate. Individual differences and then addition. Now if you observe this, here you have 7 multiple and here also you have 7 multiple. So total answer must be 7 multiple. Look at your options and verify how many are 7 multiples. Is your first option 7 multiple? Definitely not. This one? No. No. Yes. No. There is only one option 490, that is direct final answer. You can do it. Otherwise you need to calculate this. You know that 1% is equal to 50. 7 into 50, 350 plus 7 by 25 into 10%. 10% is equal to 500. 25, 20 times. 720 is 140. 350 plus 140, 490. This simplification is not at all required. That's the point I told you already. 7 multiple, sum should be 7 multiple. Only one option is there, 490. That is direct answer. Next. This is again different. Look at this. What is this? Number of merchandise sold by shop A and B in the year in a city. 2008 to 2013 merchandise sold number ఇక్కడ మనకి డేటా ఇచ్చారు 15 20 30 like that 28 36 right you have the data and all these values are in thousands. What is the respective ratio between number of merchandise sold by both shops in the year 2010 and both shops in the year 2012? 2010 and then 2012 by both shops. What is this number? 0, 5, 10, 15, 20. Segregation is there for every 5,000 and between we have 5 lines, so each line is equal to 1,000. 2010, this fellow is 34 here and this fellow is 22 here. Sum is equal to 56 in the year 2010. Now let's do it for the same 2012. 2012 fellow A is 40 and B 36, total 76. 76. Now 4 one time and then 4 time and then 19 times. 14 is to 19 is our final answer. 14 is to 19, fifth option. Next, the total number of merchandise sold by shop A in the year 2008 and then 2009 together is by what percentage less than total number of merchandise sold by B in 2012 and 13? A B ki calculate cheyali. A in which year? 2008 and 9. 2008 and then 9. A. So this fellow in 2008 20 here and this fellow 28. 20 28 48. Now B in 2012 and 13. B in 2012 which is 36 here and this is 40 here. 36 40 76. Now your question is what percentage less? 48 is how much less than 76? 28 less. From which number? 76. Percentage into 100. Now 4 7 times 4 19 times. 7 by 19 into 100. Now look at your options. Options are very close to each other. Very close to each other. Hence let's do it. 700 by 19. 700 by 19 percentage. Okay. This is equal to how much? Approximately let's treat it as 20. 20 how many times? 3 times. Which is equal to 57. 13 and then 0. 130 we have. 130 in the sense 6 times. 19 6 times. We have left with 130. 19 6 times is equal to 114. If 114 is taken out, here you have 16 as you have decimal, it becomes 160. 36 point. If it is 160, 19 how many times? 8 times. 36.8. How many options are there? 2 options are there. Again we have to continue. 19 8 times, which is 160 minus 8, 152. From this, if 152 is subtracted, how much is left? 8. As you have decimal, it becomes 80. In 80, how many 19s are there? 4 times. 36.84. Second option answer. Usually, ఇక్కడ ఒక్క చోట మాత్రమే మనం డైరెక్ట్ గా క్యాన్సిలేషన్ కి వెళ్ళాం. ఎవ్రీ అదర్ టైమ్ వి యూస్ టు క్యాలిక్యులేట్ యూజింగ్ జస్ట్ డినామినేటర్. ఎందుకు ఇక్కడ ఇలాగా ఎగ్జాక్ట్ గా క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేశాము? ఇంతకుముందు ఎందుకు ఓన్లీ డినామినేటర్ తో తీసుకొచ్చేవారమంటే జస్ట్ బికాస్ ఆఫ్ ఆప్షన్స్. జస్ట్ బికాస్ ఆఫ్ ఆప్షన్స్. ఒక్కసారి ఆప్షన్స్ చూడండి అమ్మా. ఫస్ట్ ఆప్షన్, ఫోర్త్ ఆప్షన్ అబ్జర్వ్ చేస్తే 38.82, 38.88 వెరీ క్లోజ్ టు ఈచ్ అదర్. 36.84, 36.89. Options are very close to each other. So based on options, we will change our strategy. అలాగే కాకుండా ఇక్కడ 38, 36, 34, 32 and then 35, something like that. If you have like that options, definitely we will try using denominator. Next, 123. The percentage decrease in the number of merchandise sold by shop B from the year 2009 to the year 2010. B 2009 నుంచి 10 కి ఎంత పర్సెంటేజ్ తగ్గింది? అది మనల్ని అడిగిన క్వశ్చన్. 2009 B value we have 36 and in 2010 we have 22. 36 becomes 22, decreased by how much? 14. From which number? 36 percentage into 100. Now, the percentage decrease in number of merchandise sold by B from the year 2009 to 2018. Okay, now look at this. 7 times 18 times. 7 by 18 we have to calculate. I will take 7 by 18 as 1 by 2 into 7 by 9. 1 by 2 into 7 by 9 is equal to 7 by 18 only. 7 by 9 in the sense 1/9 is equal to 11 1 by 9. 7/9 in the sense 77 7 by 9. 77 into 7 by 9. Out of that we need to take half of that. Half of 77 is equal to 3 times 8 times and something you have. Answer should be 38 point something. 38 point something. Definitely this value is close to 78 only. That is very close to 78. Half of 78 is equal to 79. 38 point something undi kabatti next number avutuna answer which is 39. Second option answer. What is the average number of merchandise sold by A in the years 2010, 11, 12, 13 together? 2010, 11, 12, 13 together. A ki kaval average. This value is 34, 30, 40, 46. 46, 34, 80, 40, 30, 70, total 150, average divided by 4. Divided by 4 in the sense half and then half. Half of this number 75, again half 37.5 thousands. All the values are in thousands. 37.5 thousand, 37,500. First option answer. What is the difference between total number of merchandise sold by A in the year 2008, 9, 10 together? B sold by the same years. Right. Now, 2008, 9, 10 lo A ki and then same B ki difference calculate cheyamanar. ఇక్కడ కూడా ఈ మూడు ఏ వాల్యూస్ క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేసి ఈ మూడు బి వాల్యూస్ యాడ్ చేసి డిఫరెన్స్ తీసుకోవాలి. ఇన్స్టెడ్ ఆఫ్ దాట్ లెట్ us go for individual difference. Out of these 3 years, here and here a value is less, but here a value is more. So order is very important. B value minus A value. Let's go for individual difference. 30 minus 20. I am taking B minus A only. 30 minus 20, 10,000. 36 minus 28, 36 minus 28, that is equal to 8,000. 22 minus 34, 22 minus 34, that is equal to 12 difference. That is equal to 12. Now minus 12. Plus 18 minus 12, that is equal to 6 and value is 1,000. 6,000 is our final answer. First option. Alright, we are done with that. Now next is something else. The census report of major towns of a particular district in 2010. So towns A to E, 5 towns we have, and then population we have. Population is given in thousands. Respective ratio between male and female, percentage of literates. So total unnaru, వాళ్ళలో male female ఉంటారు, తర్వాత వాళ్ళలో literates. Literates percentage ఇచ్చారు అని అంటే obvious గా illiterates కూడా మనం calculate చేయొచ్చు. In town D, out of total number of literates, 55% are female. What is the difference between total number of illiterate female and total number of illiterate male in the town? Okay. Now, out of total literates, 55% are female. D గురించి మాట్లాడుతున్నాం. 66 is divided in the ratio 5:6, total 11 parts. 11 6 times, hence male to female ratio. Yes, male and then female ratio is 5:6. 11 parts is 66. 1 part is equal to 6 times. Male are 30,000, female are 36,000. Out of them, literates are 70%. 70% of this number only, 66,000. Out of them, 55% are male. Okay, let's calculate that. 70 percentage, that is 70 into 1 percentage, that is 660, out of which 55 percentage, that is 55 by 100. Two zeros gets cancelled. This can be written as 6 into 11. This can be written as 5 into 11. Let me take 11 here and then 11 here. That is equal to 121. 121 multiplied by 5 into 6 into 7. 6 sevens 42. 42 5 times 21. 42 5 times 210. 210. Right. Now 121 200 times plus 10 times. They are female. 121 200 times, which is equal to 24200, and then 10 times is 1210. 1210. Now that is equal to 25,410. 25,410. 25,410. Now, if 55 percentage are female, remaining 45 percentage are male only. 45 percentage, that is 70 percentage of 66,000 into 45 percentage, that is 45 by 100. Two zeros gets cancelled. Now 11 into 6, 9 into 5. I will take 11 here, 9 here, that is 11 into 9, 99 into the same number. 7 into 6 into 5, which is equal to 210, which is equal to 210. 210 99 times is equal to 100 times minus 1 time. 100 times is 21,000 minus 1 time is 210. Total value 20,790. Now your question is about illiterate. What is the difference between total number of illiterate female and then illiterate male? That's what the difference we need to calculate. Out of total male 30,000, if 20,790 are literates, then illiterate are 9,210. Now out of 36,000, if 25,410 are literates, then difference 10,590 are illiterates. And your question is difference between both the numbers. 10,000 minus 9,000, that is 1,000. 590 minus 210, that is equal to 380. 1380 is our final answer. Look at this. 1380. 1380, that is our fifth option. Fifth option. So simplification took little bit time, but here you don't have to solve this much simplification. To cut it down, there is another logic. Let me tell you that. Total number is 66. This is 3 multiple. That is divided in the ratio 5:6. So total male and then female. Total people are 3 multiple and then again 3 multiple. Out of which 70 percentage are literates. So total literates are also 3 multiple. Out of 3 multiple, that is 70 percentage of this number. Female are 55 percentage. 55 percentage of 3 multiple is also 3 multiple. These are literates. Out of total literates 3 multiple, if you subtract female, then male are also 3 multiple. Illiterate people are total minus literates 3 multiple minus 3 multiple. Again here also 3 multiple. Here also 3 multiple. Difference between these two numbers are also 3 multiple. Let's go and verify how many are 3 multiples. Look at your options. First option is not 3 multiple. Second is not 3 multiple. Third is not 3 multiple. Fourth is not 3 multiple. Fifth is 3 multiple. 1380 final answer. Just 3 multiplication rule. With that you can answer this question. What is the respective ratio between total number of female in town C? and total number of female in town E. C and then E. Now let's see. Here male to female ratio in C is 3:5. So female are 5 parts out of 8 parts among 148,000. And then E also. E 7:8. Female are 8 parts out of 15 parts. So that is 8 parts out of 15. 15 comes to numerator into 75. Now here 5 into 15, 75 gets cancelled. 4 2 times here, 4 threes and then 7 times, that is equal to 37 divided by 8 into 2, 16. 37 by 16, 37 by 16, second option answer. What is the difference between total number of literates in town A and town B together and the total number of illiterates in town C and D together? Literates from AB together, illiterates from CD together. Literates from A and B together. In A, we have 60% of 150, they are literates, or 150% of 60. 150% of 60 is easy to calculate, that is 90. And then 65% of 84, they are literates. 65%, how to calculate? 50%, 10%, 5%. 50%, 42. 10%, 21. 5%, 2.1. Total 65.1. 65.1. These are literates. That value is 155.1. And then illiterates from CD together. Illiterates. If 75% are literates, illiterates are 25%, which is equal to 1/4. 4, 3 times and then 7 times. That is 37%. 72% are literates, then illiterates are 28%. 28% of 75 are 75% of 28. 75% is easy to calculate. 28. Half of this number 14 and again half 7. Total 75% is equal to 21. Now this value is equal to 58. Now your question is difference between both the numbers. Instead of 58, you subtract 60, we will add 2 later. When you subtract 60, that becomes 95.1. When you add 2, that becomes 97.1. All are in thousands, that is equal to 97,100. 97,100 is our final answer. 97,100 is our final answer. Which option is that? A. C and D, right? We are mistaken. We are mistaken. This is right. This is wrong. It's not 21. We are mistaken. D, 30% are literates, 70% are literates, 30% are illiterates. 30% of this number. 10% is 6.6, 30% is into 3, which is equal to 19.8. 19.8. Now, 37 plus 19.8, which is equal to 56.8. Need to take difference of these two numbers. Yes. Here also I think we are mistaken. 65%. 50% plus 10% plus 1% we said. 50% is 42. 10% is 8.4. 5% is 4.2. Hence this is equal to 54.6. 54.6. Yes, simplification. 54.6. Sorry. This is equal to 144.6. 144.6. This is what you need to calculate. Instead of this, let us subtract 60. We will add 3.2 later. When you subtract 60, that becomes 84.6. To this number, we need to add. Ante kada? 3.2. When you add 3.2 to this number, it becomes 87.8 thousands. That is 87,800. 87,800. 87,800, fourth option answer. I'm sorry, simplification made some mistakes. What is the average number of female belongs to town A, B, C together? Average of female. Okay, A, B, C together. Now, out of 150, male and female are in the ratio 2:3. So 5 parts is equal to 150. Each part is equal to 30. Female are 3 parts. 3 30s, 90. 12 parts is equal to 84. 12, 7 times is 84. Female are 5 parts. 5 sevens, 35. 8 parts is equal to 148. Then female are 5 out of 8 among 148. Okay. As this is not perfect multiple of 8, I am treating like this. 90,000, 35,000 and then 148,000 also here. Now 4 2 times, 4 3 times, 7 times and then 00. 5 into 37,000, that is 10 times and then half and again divided by 2. 10 times of this number. Simplification is taking a lot of time. 2, let me take again 2 ones, 8 times, 5 times, 00. This number multiplied by 5. 10 times and then half of that, that is 92,500. 92,500 here. And here we have 35,000 and here we have 90,000. Total sum of all these numbers 500, 700 and then 18 plus 3, that is 21. Average divided by 3, which is equal to 7 times, 2 times, 5 times, 00. 72,500. 72,500, which is our fourth option. Next, the population of town B is what percentage less than total population of town A and then E together? B population, what percentage less? B is 84 and then A and E together, that is equal to 225. Now your question is what percentage less? Instead of subtracting 84, you subtract 100, we will add 16 later. When you subtract 100, 125, 125 plus 16, which is equal to 141. Yes, 141 less out of 225 percentage into 100. Now, let me go to options first. Right. Now, 25, 4 times here, 25, 9 times here. 3 multiple, 3 multiple, 3, 3 times here, 3, 4 times, and then 7 times. 47 4 times, 44 is 160, 7 4 is 28. 160, 28, 188 divided by 3. Now, you can directly simplify it. 6 times, 6 3 is 18, 6 2 times, 2 by 3. 62 2 by 3, third option answer. 62 2 by 3. Third option answer. Right, quadratic equations. These are all, I'm leaving these questions for you. Not a free question, not a free question, not a free question, not a free question. Every question you have to solve. What is the height of the cylinder? Data sufficiency. Data sufficiency question. Height of the cylinder. That's what we need to calculate. The volume of the cylinder is given. Volume of the cylinder, that is pi r square h, is equal to 7392. You need height. If you know r value, you can calculate. So 1 alone is definitely not sufficient. The curved surface area is 1056. Curved surface area, which is 2 pi r h. This is equal to 1056. Using only 2 alone, can you answer this question? No, because here also we have r and h. Only 2 alone is also not sufficient. Can you use 1 and 2 both to get height value? Yes. If you use something like this, divided by pi gets cancelled, h gets cancelled, R and square gets cancelled. So R by 2 we have. So using this we will get to know R. Once if we have R value, you substitute R value in either first one or then second one, definitely we will get the answer. So both statements are necessary to answer this question. Both statements are necessary to answer this question. Next, 137. Distance. What distance the boat can travel downstream in 24 minutes? So for this question, you need to know how much is downstream speed, either in kilometer per hour or in meter per second. The distance traveled by the boat in upstream in 48 minutes is equal to the distance traveled by the boat downstream in 32 minutes. Distance is same. If the distance is same, speed is inversely proportional to time. Now, time ratio between upstream and then downstream, time ratio is 48 and then 32. 48 and then 32. 16 3 times here, 16 2 times here. So if the time ratio is 3:2, using this we can conclude speed ratio is 2:3. So upstream speed is equal to 2 parts, downstream speed is equal to 3 parts. But we need downstream speed in either kilometer per hour or meter per second. But here we are getting only in terms of number of parts. So one alone is not sufficient to answer the question. Next, the speed between ratio between speed of the boat in still water and speed of the current is 5:1. You don't have to do this. We already got that information. If upstream speed and then downstream speed they are in the ratio 2:3, then man speed to stream speed ratio is equal to sum of these two numbers, difference of these two numbers. We can calculate how much is the ratio between man speed to stream speed. We don't need that. So second information is of no use. One alone is not sufficient, two alone is also not sufficient, both are also not sufficient. Next, what is the market price of the pen? When a discount of 25% is given on the market price of the pen, the profit earned is 5%. If 25% discount is given, we are selling item at 75% of the market price. And by doing this, we are getting 5% profit, which is equal to 105% of the cost price. And now your question is to identify market price. Market price ravali ante you need to know how much is cost price. The cost price of the pen is 360. Yes. Cost price is equal to 360. How many variables are there? There is only one variable, market price. Definitely we can answer this question using one alone. One alone is sufficient. The market price of the pen is 40% above the cost price. But how much is cost price here? Using 2 alone, we have comparison between market price and cost price. That is fine. But how much is the cost price? That value is not there. Hence, answer is not sufficient. Answer cannot be done using 2 alone. 1 alone is sufficient, but not 2 alone. The vessel contains 6 liters of mixture of milk and water. The respective ratio of milk and water is 5:3. What is the numerical value of X? X in the sense that is equal to 8 parts. How much is that quantity in terms of liters? That's what we need to calculate. Okay. If 20% of this mixture is taken out and 11 liters of milk is added, the percentage of milk in the resultant mixture will be 68%. Okay. Now, let us have initially 100%. 20% mixture is taken out. Out of 100%, if 20% is taken out, how much remaining will be there? 80%. And in remaining 80% also, ratio between milk and water should be 5:3. Hence, milk and water in 80%, we are going to have 50% and then 30%. Because initial 100% is having milk and water ratio 5:3. When you take 20% out, even in 20% also it has to be 5:3, and the remaining also it has to be 5:3. Remaining 80% is 5:3. Now 11 liters of milk is added. To this we are adding 11 liters milk. Now the resultant milk in resultant percentage of milk in the resultant mixture is 68. So if milk is 68%, water is 32%. Now from this, if you solve it, you can calculate how much is 1% value. If you know 1% value, you can definitely calculate how much is 100%. 100% is our initial quantity, X. So definitely 1 alone is sufficient to answer the question. Next, 40% of the mixture is taken out, and this action is repeated one more. 40% of remaining mixture is taken out. We are not adding anything. We are just taking out 40%. The remaining quantity of milk in the mixture will be 18 liters. Okay, now initial milk is 5 parts. Let me take initial milk as 100%. Every time we are taking 40% out. First time I'll subtract 40%, which is equal to 60. And again on 60, I'll take 40%. 40% of this number is 24. Then answer will be 36%. And this value is equal to how many liters they said? That is equal to 18 liters. If 36% is equal to 18 liters, initial milk we treated as 100%. That is equal to how much? 36%. Half of 36, 18. Half of 100, 50. 50 liters we have. Milk is equal to 5 parts. If 5 parts is equal to 100%, which is equal to 50 liters, 5 parts is equal to 50 liters. But your question is total initial container containing milk and water in what? Milk and water are in the ratio 5:3, 5 parts and then 3 parts, total 8 parts. Total quantity is equal to 8 parts, that is equal to 8 liters. So using 2 alone also we are able to get the answer. Hence answer is 1 alone is sufficient or 2 alone also sufficient. Next. In how many days A, B, C together can finish a piece of work? A, B can finish the work in 6 by 7 days. B, C together can do it in 8 by 9 days. We have A, B together, B, C together. Along with this, we need something else also. Along with this, if you have A alone can do it in how many days? Or B alone can do it in how many days? Or C alone can do it in how many days? Or A and C together can do it in how many days? If four ledunna chalu. Whenever we have information regarding AB and then BC, along with this you need one more thing, that is A alone or B alone or C alone or E and C. ఈ నాలుగులో ఏదో ఒకటి కూడా తెలిస్తే డెఫినెట్ గా 1 alone నుంచి ఆన్సర్ వస్తుంది. ఇది లేదు కాబట్టి ఆన్సర్ రాదు. 1 alone is not sufficient. Next. The time taken by A alone to finish the same piece of work is 8 days less than the time taken by C alone to finish the same piece of work. If C can do the work in X days, A can do it in how many days less? 8 days. That is X minus 8 they said. Now, from this, when you know time taken by BC and then AB, I will subtract 1 day work of BC, that is 1 day work of B and then 1 day work of C. If both together can do the work in some number of days, if you calculate 1 day work, that will have 1 day work of B as well as 1 day work of C. And here also 1 day work of A and then 1 day work of B. I will subtract it. From this, if I subtract 1 day work of A and then 1 day work of B, here you'll have some number here. Some number will be there. Now, plus B plus 1 by B minus 1 by B gets cancelled. 1 by C minus 1 by A in the sense, 1 day work of C is equal to 1 by X minus 1 day work of A is equal to 1 by X minus 8. If you solve this, you'll definitely get how much is X value. Once if you have X value, you can also calculate time taken by A, which is X minus 8. When you know time taken by C to complete the work and then time taken by BC to complete the work, with that information we can also calculate how much will be the time taken by B to complete the work. Once if you know time taken by C to complete the work, A to complete the work and then B to complete the work, together can do the work in how many days? That's also we can calculate. So answer is 1 alone is not sufficient, 2 alone is also not sufficient, but both together can give you the answer. Right? So we are done with this. We will meet in tomorrow's class. Thank you.